Hi, my name is Andrew McLaren. So we're going to go over air pressure today. Stick with me, and I promise these problems will be fairly easy for you to do. So in this problem, we see that we have a certain air pressure. So the air right now is giving about 762.4 millimeters of mercury's pressure, and there's some mercury in this tube, and there's a difference in height. So what I would like to do at first is just compare that air pressure, like how much it's pushing down, to how much the gas in this container is actually pushing down. So in situation A, it's actually pushing down with more pressure. So this pressure of the air, I'm going to call that P air, is a little bit less than how much pressure is inside of that. So it's going to be more than the 760 number. Then we're going to have the situation B, and that air pressure is pushing down less than the air pressure. So that is going to be a slightly lower number. So that concept checked is pretty important in terms of trying to relate these pressure values. So there's a relationship where there's like if these two pressures were equal, then the height would be zero, or the change in height between the two would be zero. So there's this formula where there's the pressure equal to this other pressure plus this height. So this height kind of corrects between the two. So if we want to think about this as a generic formula, you can honestly rearrange these values as long as the change in height is a positive or negative thing done correctly. This accounts for stuff correctly. So the air pressure, we could define that as here being related to A plus some change in height right here. And we know that it this is going to be like bigger, and this should be, or sorry, in this context, the air is actually a little bit smaller. So this is going to be bigger, and this will be smaller. Um, and so if we wanted to think about this in terms of the values here, we've got our pressure A, the pressure of the air, and this change in height. In the context of the problem, this change in height value is it given in centimeters. So it looks like it's like you could say like height 1 is 3.5 centimeters, and height 2 is negative 3.5 centimeters. So that change in height has a magnitude of about 7.0 centimeters of mercury. And we can see that it should be bringing this number down. So we can incorporate it into the formula, but seeing how this is measured in millimeters of mercury, there's a small conversion that we have to do here. So if we're going from centimeters of mercury, you can do centimeters. And you could go straight to millimeters, but I prefer to go to the base unit of meters, and then from meters back up to millimeters. It's just like people know those ratios, so we might as well use those two as opposed to just using one. So in 1 meter, there's 1,000 millimeters, and in 1 meter, there is 100 centimeters. If we do that math, you can see that this is going to be about 70 millimeters of mercury for that pressure change. If we want this height value to bring that down, then it's going to be a negative. So you can have your negative 70 millimeters of mercury. And the air we had as 762.4 millimeters of mercury, meaning that PA we should be able to solve for it by adding that 70 to that pressure. So again, you can flip those pressures as long as the height value is used appropriately. This formula could be written in slightly different arrangements. So here we're saying that PA is equal to 762.4 plus 70, or 832.4. If we're doing sig figs, though, you can see that we have the last significant place value here is in the ones place versus the tens place, so this does get rounded slightly to 832 millimeters of mercury for our answer for that pressure of the gas. So it is pushing down a bit more than the air is pushing down. We can do the same thing for the pressure in part B. So if we're talking about part B now, we're looking at that. That should be a bit of a smaller number, and this should be bigger. And you can refer to the diagram to see, like, yeah, this is not pushing down as hard, so it's like at a higher height relative to this other thing. In the context there, the H1 value that I'm seeing in this diagram is like 2.3, maybe 2.2, something around that centimeters. And this H2 is like a negative 2.3 centimeters. So in this context, the total value between them is 4.6 centimeters for that change in height, which if we were to do the same math would be 46 millimeters of mercury. Now we were looking at this where we wanted to have these values add up in a way where we've got the 762.4 millimeters of Hg, and we've got this smaller number here, which is going to be the pressure of B, and then we've got the height value. In this context, it should be increasing the number. So this might actually be like not the correct way of relating this formula. What's more important is that these pressures are like making sense in the diagram. So we've got that pressure, and it looks to me like, just kind of going off the last problem, that was a negative here, so it's probably a positive value now. So we're adding in 46 millimeters of Hg, but that would also make this smaller number equal to this bigger value if we added that in. So that pressure of B right here ends up being 762.4 minus the 46, or 716.4. So go with our color coding, that's for B, 716.4 millimeters of Hg, but we do a slight rounding of that due to the fact that the last significant figure was in the ones place here, so this is going to be 716 millimeters of mercury approximately for this B. And so you can see it's pushing down, but not as hard as the air is pushing down. So that's how you would think about these problems. And I do have a barometer just kind of included here as a concept to relate to this equation. So if we're talking about the pressure and some random point, random pressure, let's say that that pressure is 0. So what if this is a vacuum? The pressure of a vacuum would be 0. And so the difference in height there is the 760 millimeters at sea level. which is going to be the air pressure of sea level. So you can see how this setup, like the millimeters of mercury, rises up that amount if you were to invert this tube with like no gas in it and with just like pure mercury and then like put it in the other thing and take a lid off. It's going to be at this height that is equivalent to the air pressure pushing down, and there's like no pressure being pushed down from here. It just does not exist. This is that pressure of the vacuum. It's just not pushing down at all. So as much as it's being pushed down on one side, means it's going to rise up that appropriate amount on the other side, given that there's no pressure at all pushing it down.